lie, you like complete me. Your fruit so right.
Coming to you live from Southern California, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. All right, just about ready for baseball. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Shohei Ohtani. What do you got on him, Chris?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Next offering is in for a strike. Right through there for a strike. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
No, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Ground ball to the right side. He'll do it himself. 1 out in the top of the first. Okay, let's check out the lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Luis Robert Jr. batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Pages makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Batting third,
Andrew Benintendi up to the plate. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. There's a swing and a miss.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Down in order go the White Sox. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at Dodger Stadium, getting the nod on the mound, Martin Perez.
Sinker cutter change. He's not overpowering velocity, not even up to 90, which isn't, you know, it's not like, oh, that's, you got to have 90. If you can move the ball around, and all it's about is keeping hitters off balance. And if you can have some late movement, you miss the barrel, you get weak contact, and you can move through a game as we've seen him do this season.
Mookie Betts leading things off and takes a strike.
Betts is definitely one of those guys that excels at everything he does, Boog. In terms of baseball, he can do it all. He's won World Series, batting titles, Gold Gloves, and everything else you can think of.
That one ripped. And in one hops the wall. Now he'll turn for second, and he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
He was all over that one. Everything was mechanically sound with that swing right there. I mean, that's pretty much what you're wanting to replicate with every rep you take. You want good balance, barrel directly to the baseball, and good long extension after after contact out in front of home plate. Man, there are a lot of doubles in a swing like that.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Tommy Edman, the next to hit. That pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. No outs. Runner on second. Now 1-1.
1-1.
The pitch. That's smashed towards center. And there's one down.
Batting third, first baseman.
Time to check out the Dodgers lineup.
Freeman.
This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. One out's off the wall. Should be extra bases. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Well done. Drives in the run. Got a good pitch to drive. Stayed short with his bat path to the ball and caught it out front. And he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap. And that's pretty much a double every time.
One out. Runner at second. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. There's the strike. Freeman, the runner at second with one away. That one the other way. Dives and makes the catch.
He takes a huge gamble right there. If that ball gets by him, the run scores
Will
easily
Smith.
from second, and the hitter maybe ends up on third. But a great job, excellent focus on the dive, and he robbed extra bases on that one.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. Just missed.
1-0.
Man on second, 2 down.
Ball 2.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Smash down the left field line. And there's a hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's Muncy to hit. That's in there. Strike 1. Two outs, and it's fouled away.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
In the dirt, but kept close. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the third out, inning over. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers 2 and the White Sox nothing. Second inning set to go. Now at the plate, Andrew Vaughn.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
In for a strike, 0-1. Ohtani, a 6'4" righty, 210 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. And that one fouled off. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Here's Josh Rojas. First pitch, and he just misses.
1 ball, no strike.
Swings through the sweeper. Larry Bullard, our umpire behind the plate.
But Bullard's got a pretty standard strike zone. Sometimes he'll have you guessing a little bit, but overall, well-respected umpire in the league.
One down, base is empty. That misses the zone, and it's 2-1.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
1 out, base is empty. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. And that's their first base runner of the game.
Batting 6.
And here is Sosa to the plate. Swings through that one.
No ball, 1 strike.
Man at first, 1 away. Went with the sweeper, but it misses.
Ball.
In the dirt. That one missed.
Ball 3.
And there's a foul ball. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. On the ground to first, could be 2. Freeman over to second, return throw to first, got him, double play, and that'll do it. So they make short work of him there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Dodgers 2 and the White Sox nothing. We head to the bottom of the second, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. Perez back to work. Outside low, and that is ball 1. And another ball. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. And the leadoff man aboard.
Batting 8th, designated hitter.
Here comes Chris Taylor. And that one is inside ball one.
Well, not only can Perez pitch, but he can also sing. Remember, he performed the national anthem for Team Venezuela leading up to the World Baseball Classic. You watch that video, you'll see how much that moment meant to him.
Just missed. Nobody out. Runner at first. This one in the dirt. Throw to second. Not in time. He's there easily. Pajes into scoring position on the wild pitch. And there goes the double play possibility.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up in the scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Bottom half of inning number 2. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boo. The last one wasn't even close.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. In there for strike 1.
0-1.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
High fly ball down the left field line. And Benintendi able to make the grab. Runner tags at second, and he's in there as he tests the arm in left. One away on the fly out.
Now we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
In the dirt, nothing happening on the bases though. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. In the air, right field. He's there. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. He scores on the sac fly. It's 3-zip.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Tommy Edman at the plate. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Taylor, the runner at first with 2 gone. Right side. Oh, look at the stop. What a play. Inning over. A run, a hit, and a man left. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Dodgers 3 and the White Sox nothing. Back here in L.A. onto the third inning. Now it's the DH, Miguel Vargas. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. Next pitch misses way outside.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
2-0. A little bit low.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Brooks Baldwin stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Headed down the line. And that's a foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper. Chris with that distraction and a speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Batting ninth, catcher
First
Corey
and second,
Lee.
no outs. Here's Corey Lee. Right through there for a strike.
You know, these White Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul.
One ball.
In the dirt. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Throw into third, and he's in there. And a run comes in to score.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Two on, one out. So here's Robert now. Flied to right his first time. Inside, just missed. Just off the inside edge.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs. The
delivery to Robert. And a foul ball. Makes the count 2-1. 2 on, 1 out. And that's outside.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
On the ground, a second, might be 2. Acrobatic throw for 1. What a double play that was. Getting over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Freddie Freeman will come up to hit.
Freddie Freeman.
That's in there.
You know, these Dodgers doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
Whoa. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. He's 0 for 1.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Ball 1 low. another ball.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Robert going back on it. Out of here! He crushes that one to center field, and they tack one on the board. It's 4-1.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. Gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
One out, base is empty. The batter now will be Will Smith. Swung on, belted. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the last half of the third. Drilled out towards left center field. Benintendi raging back towards the wall. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch.
Now batting is third baseman Max
See,
Muncy.
he made a tough play after a long run to get to that baseball. I have a feeling you want to see it again with StatCast.
Absolutely, and what was so key was that first step, Boog. It was a good one, and it's got to be. And if you're going to be able to cover 125 feet to run that ball down, and you know, not a lot of outfielders in this league are able to make that play or even make it near consistently.
Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. It's a bomb. A shot to the opposite field. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 5-1. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
And up next for Los Angeles, Andy Pages. And that drops in for a strike. Two outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that extends the inning for Chris Taylor.
Up next for the Dodgers, designated hitter
Chris Taylor now
Taylor.
worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. And that one missing low. He was late there. Strike one. Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Jared Schuster, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Pages leads off first with two down to the inning. And that's off the outside edge. And the count 2-1. Right through there for a strike. That one down the line and foul ball. The 2-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now Miguel Rojas.
No ball. 1 strike.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. In the air to left center. Benintendi ranging after it. Drops into the glove, and that is the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 5-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Chavez Ravine as we go to the top of the 4th. Benintendi to the plate. That pitch clips the outside corner. Strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Strike 2.
No ball. 2 strike.
Good eye right there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Throw on to Freeman, and Benintendi is out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Andrew Vaughn now. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him at 99.
That was straight queso right there.
And down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Rojas batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Down to the dirt. Swing and a miss. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. The White Sox going with a new arm, Jared Schuster.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Leading off for
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Now it's the shortstop, Mookie Betts. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Line drive, and this might be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Putting some good swings on the ball. That's his 2nd extra base hit in this one. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Edman now at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. Foul ball. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Ball 1 on a pitch inside. Betts at third. Edman on at first with nobody out. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is down low. Swing and a miss.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Just misses the mark outside the zone. Struck him out looking. Called strike 3 on a fastball up in the zone.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Hernandez now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
1 and 2.
Runners are at the corners, 1 away. Next offering way off the plate. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
Believe me, it's only one man. Believe me. Trying to play the back, I always play the front, and not depend on me. You got a lot of people struggling trying to blend on me. See, the key to succeed is to stay low key. When them doors close on you, better make your key. Can't make no key.
Smith, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one carrying off the batter's eye and gone. All muscle to center field. It's 8-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. It's really impressive how he's able to take an outside fastball, get around it, and hit it with authority to the pull side. Most guys are popping up weakly to the opposite field.
Base is empty with 2 away. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And the first offering is not close. There's a strike at the knees.
1-1.
That misses. 2 balls and a strike.
This has been a rough inning, but sometimes you just got to work through it, save the rest of that bullpen, somehow stop the bleeding.
Comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. Still a lopsided affair at 8-1 now. Back here at Dodger Stadium. And now Lenny
Sosa.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Started after it, appeal to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing. And there's a ball. Line to left. Hernandez makes the grab, 1 away.
Up next for Chicago, the designated hitter, Miguel
So up next
Vargas.
for Chicago, Miguel Vargas. The walk and a run scored his first time. Vargas, 25 years old, and he was born in Cuba. Right through there for a strike. That's too low, and that's ball 2. Outside.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
1 down, base is empty. And that's fouled off. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
2 down, base is empty. And stepping in is the speedy Brooks Baldwin. Walked his first time. That clips the corner. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. On the ground, right side, and it finds its way through for a hit.
Now batting, catcher Corey Lee.
Now the catcher up to hit. Corey Lee struck out swinging his first time. Gets him to chase after that one.
0-1.
Baldwin off of first with 2 away. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So 1 left for the White Sox. It's still an 8-1 ball game.
Now pitching for
Back
Chicago.
now to start the bottom of the fifth and
Number
taking
40.
over on the mound, Tyler Gilbert.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. He's 2 for 2.
Andy Pajes.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one.
You know, these Dodgers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Everything seems to be clicking, and the 6 extra base hits in the game kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're not getting fooled up there at all.
Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. You hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Here comes Chris Taylor. The walk, and he's also single. Taylor, a middle infielder by trade, played his college baseball at the University of Virginia. Swings through that.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Smoked into left, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now batting, second baseman,
Miguel Rojas will hit next.
Let's go, base hit here. 1-0.
Squirts away a little bit. Snap throw to first, and he's back in there. Next offering upstairs. The Dodgers up big in this one. Last half of inning number 5. Next pitch is outside, and now 3-0. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and
Up next,
guy at the
for
plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Back to the top of the lineup. Mookie digs in here. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power.
Look at me. He's swerving. I feel so powerful. Look at me.
And
That's a
ball
ball.
1. One out. Runners at first and second. To third. A sliding stop. The feed for 1. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Edman at the plate and takes
1
high
ball,
there.
no strike.
And that one hammered. Benintendi going back on this one. And he hits the fence. Coming home. Play at the plate. Got him. But 1 run does score on the play before the inning ends. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. 5 innings complete. It's the Dodgers 9 and the White Sox 1. And we're back. Here's Mike Tauchman. Ohtani back to work. In for a strike. 0-1. In the air, left field. Hernandez in position, hauls it in, and there's one away.
Up next for the White Sox,
And now here's big center fielder Luis Robert
Jr.
Just missed. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Michael Grove looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Vesia, the lefty, warming up as well. The White Sox with a lot of ground to make up, and we're in the top half of the sixth. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. That's a ball. Tried to attack with a sweeper. One down, base is empty. Pitch in the dirt, and it's a full count.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the three-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
3-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
Now batting, left fielder
Andrew Benintendi steps up. Just missed. Just missed. Next pitch is outside.
3-0.
Called strike right there. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
3-2.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Nothing across here this half. Heart of the order, 3-4-5 coming up. It's the Dodgers 9 and the White Sox 1. Back here in L.A., John Sciambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Freddie Freeman. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Movement for the White Sox in their bullpen. Cam Boozer, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Just off the inside edge. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Freeman on at first, nobody out. And that misses. And now it's even 1-1. That's down and in. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Teoscar goes down on strikes.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
And first offering is fouled off. Double play ball to second. Good feed. That's one. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Seventh inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 9 and the White Sox 1.
Now pitching.
So they turn things over to the righty, Michael Grove.
29.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
For the White Sox.
Now here's the
First
cleanup
baseman,
hitter for the
Andrew
White Sox,
Vaughn.
Andrew Vaughn, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. High fly ball out towards left field. Hernandez drop step going back. Going, gone. He jacks that one out to left. It's 9-2.
No, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Rojas up to the plate for the third time as he looks at one down low. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. Towards first. Freeman takes it himself. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Now batting, second baseman, Lenin Sosa.
Here's the second baseman, Lenin Sosa. On the ground to short, Betts. Slings it across, and they got him.
Now batting, designated hitter, Miguel Vargas.
2 outs, base is empty. So now it's the White Sox DH, Miguel Vargas. A strikeout and a walk. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1.
No strike.
Right through there for a strike.
1-1.
This one in the air. Freeman should have this one. Hauls it in to end the inning. But a solo home run will at least get this closer to respectability. And it's now a 9-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jordan Leisure.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. He's already homered here in this one. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And the funky Muncie is stifled by the strikeout.
Now batting, the right
Andy
fielder,
Pappas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And that's outside. Up and in, and the count is 2-0.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Right back to him on the mound. On to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Off-speed pitch, and it looked like he just continued his momentum towards home plate after releasing that. Perfect position to make a play and help himself out.
2 down, base is empty. Chris Taylor steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman.
Now it's the second baseman, Miguel Rojas. Headed towards the corner. Tauchman on the move towards foul ground. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Taylor, the runner at first with 2 gone. And he grounds one to the right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. First and second, 2 down. Here's Mookie Betts. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Just missed.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That'll make it out of here. And they throw 3 on the board. It's 12-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boo. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the ditch. Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Jordan Leisure will depart, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. New pitcher for the White Sox, number 64. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Number 64, Shane Smith.
So 2 down. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Two gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here at the bottom of the 7th. In the air to left down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And it's through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Didn't get cheated on that swing and squared it up perfectly. Came off the bat at 111, and when that's the case, the odds are very much in your favor as a hitter.
Here's Freddie Freeman now. First pitch misses. Fastball for a strike. And that's a little bit high. Ball 2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Mookie Betts brings the noise on this home run. 8th inning coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. This game's a bit of a blowout, Siggy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it. Growing up, who was your favorite big league mascot?
The Philly Fanatic. Still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
Well, I love the Phillies, and I love Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
Well, some people say you and the Philly Fanatic kind of have some things in common.
We have a similar body type. It's true. Now, this is in the air down the line. And that drops foul. The other component is you get less viewings of a specific pitcher. So your ability to go to school on one guy, you maybe get 2 looks at him and then he's gone.
Yeah, and I mean, these guys utilize the iPads and try to see previous footage of that pitcher, but it's just not the same as having an actual look.
That one is upstairs.
2-2.
And it remains 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter. It just can eat you off, saw you off. I'll tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Lee up to hit for the 3rd time as he lays off inside, ball 1. The Dodgers up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Inside, just missed. And that's in for a strike. And it's 2-2.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Next offering is downstairs.
Cancel.
And that's ball 4. Tried another slider, but it missed the plate.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Mike Tauchman getting ready to hit. That's in there. That's strike 1.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
The other way. That's a hit. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting, the center fielder, Luis Robert.
And now
Jr.
it's Luis Robert. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And the pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Lee at second. Tauchman over at first with 1 away. Fastball in for a strike, and 1-1. Now
Two
one
ball,
miss.
1 strike.
Line drive. That's a base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
Back-to-back singles showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Benintendi up here. That one finds the corner. That's strike one. Fought off foul. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Not close with that one. Now 1-2. Bases loaded. One away. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Vaughn in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
That's a ball.
Squirts away a little bit. Runners stay where they are. That's ball one. So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. One run across. The throw in. It's off the mark, and he scores.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Michael Grove done for the day, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
Michael Kopech gets the call from the pen.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
And up next for Chicago, Josh Rojas. He swings and fouls one off. Two on, 2 outs. And that one is lifted in the air. Hernandez settles under it and makes the catch. And that is that. They put 2 on the board, 3 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Dodgers 12 and the White Sox 4. Back here at Chavez Ravine, here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez.
There's a strike. Hit on the ground to short. Baldwin tosses to first, and Hernandez is out.
Now batting, catcher Will Smith.
Will Smith to the plate. He's already homered in this game.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Misses inside, and it's 1-0. In the air, left side. Benintendi ranging after it. And it's caught for the out.
Just pulled off of it a
Now
little bit
batting,
right there. That
third
front
baseman,
shoulder coming
Max
open instead of staying
Muncy.
closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Muncy stands in now and watches strike one. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
And now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strike.
That one just misses.
2 balls, 2 strike.
And they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Here's a rocket out to left. Benintendi makes the grab, and that will end the inning. Dodgers down in order, but they hold a 12-4 lead. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the second baseman, Lenny Sosa. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Anthony Banda appears to be getting loose. Garcia also throwing. Kopech deals. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Triple digits on that last pitch.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs,
Now
all
batting,
strikes.
the designated
Wasn't even
hitter,
able to foul
Miguel
one off.
Vargas.
There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Vargas batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Power relievers one after another coming out of the bullpen these days. Got to be ready for that first pitch heater.
That one misses, and the count even 1-1. Base is empty, 1 away here at the top of the 9th. Inside, 2-1.
Oh, 3-1.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Draws the walk there.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really
Now
patient
batting,
at the plate. The
shortstop,
game
Brooks
plan that he's
Baldwin.
sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
So a man at first, and next to hit for the Sox, Brooks Baldwin. Just off the inside edge.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Edman in position. He makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the White Sox, catcher Corey Lee.
White Sox down to their final out. Corey Lee digs in now. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. A little bit high. 1-0.
Ball 2.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Just missed. Vargas leads off first with 2 down to the inning. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Up next for the White Sox, right fielder Mike Tauchman.
Back to the top of the order. Now it's going to be Mike Tauchman. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. That one drilled left field and foul ball. One strike away. Foul ball still 0-2. And that's down and away.
1-2.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. They'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers slug their way to a win in this one.
Offensive explosion today for these players. They gave up a few runs, but they had more than enough firepower to turn this one into a blowout.
12-4 is the way this one finishes. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.